The phrase ara ara has infiltrated pop culture. Everyone nowadays is going ara ara this and ara ara that. But what is this ara ara? Does this ara ara have anything to do with the referential Christian imagery in Neon Genesis Evangelion? Can I answer our questions on if Han or Greedo shot first? And why do VTubers say ara ara? And why do audiences respond to it? Some of these questions will be answered through our immersion and understanding of the phrase ara ara. We have to explore the connection between hedonism and the phrase ara ara to understand its true meaning and why it's influencing the world around us. The history of anime is a long and dense history interwoven with the history of manga, the film medium, and Japan in general. Thankfully, this is only tangentially related. According to the Urban Dictionary, the Mixtape Authority, ara ara means something in Japanese akin to like oh my or oh dear or oh me in some cases. This is almost always spoken by a female character and usually in a somewhat seductive context to a younger male character. It could be moms, strangely young-looking great-grandmothers, older sisters, or complete fucking strangers. You never know who to trust when it comes to the threat of the ara ara. Pretty easy to grasp aside from any dubious use for certain combinations of characters. Uncomfortable implications aside, let's talk philosophy. According to Wikipedia, the website that English teachers see in their nightmares, psychological or motivational hedonism claims that human behavior is determined by the desires to increase pleasure and to decrease pain. There are other types of hedonism, but this one is most relevant to whatever dumbass point I'm making. Pleasure is defined as, quote, experiences that feel good and involving the enjoyment of something. Why do we do things? For pleasure. Pleasure of any kind. You ever wonder why workers say my pleasure after serving your meal? It's because it's implied that they get pleasure off of the act of serving you. The fucking sickos. People get pleasure from many things. You know, eating Little Caesars pizza and drinking cold tap water, listening to music artists like Quelle Chris and Joy Division, looking at cool fires or interesting toilets, decking some idiot in the schnoz, intellectual stimulation like reading Azumanga Daioh, and most relevantly, sex. Sex is the foundational aspect of the human experience, or well, a foundational aspect of the human experience. From the dawn of the human race, the act of sex is something that we strive for. On a base biological level, the continuation of the species is a fundamental drive for most of the human species. And to sweeten the deal, evolution, or whatever ultra fuck science or whatever was out there, said, let's make this shit feel really good. And then people were like, god damn, I need some sex right fucking now. So realistically, the end goal for the ancient humans that didn't have any existential goals or art or money or anything was to get some bitches in the general gender neutral sense. But of course, biology wants you to have kids, right? So sex for pleasure is telling biology to fuck itself and for you to fuck for fucking fuck's sake. The idea of sexual hedonism is the deductive reasoning of, okay, so if sex feels good, and it gives me pleasure, and life is about experiencing pleasure and reducing pain, what logical reason would I have to not fuck all the time? By following that thread of reasoning, you have just gained an aggressive sex addiction. Congratulations. What does this have to do with the ara ara? In the context of the original use, anime women with giant floppy fucking titties harassing a younger man. Is that a sentence? So let's say, for example, they're strangers. The main idea is that the anime woman is saying ara ara to vocalize her attraction to the man in sort of a mating cry, which, according to Wikipedia, the website with a page dedicated entirely to the concept of dick jokes on it, is a jazz studio album by Tad Dameron and saxophonist John Coltrane issued in early 1957 by Prestige Records. She's attempting to attract a sexual partner for the express purpose of sex for pleasure's sake, rather than procreation. And in our case study, the woman may be past the age of giving birth either way. How does this affect the world as we know it? How does this affect society? Well, the modern use of ara ara, in my experience, is focused on VTubers. People use digital avatars or characters to represent themselves, but not like as in a persona or like in an OC or anything. It's completely different, for some reason. Of course, ara ara is used in anime and manga, but I'm getting to some kind of point, apparently. To be more specific, virtual streamers, mostly on the feminine side and sometimes on the masculine side, say the words ara ara. But why? According to Wikipedia, the go-to stop for information on plain Janes, planes, and trains, loneliness is an unpleasant emotional response to perceived isolation. People keep saying the world is lonelier. That's my source, People. They say it's because of them damn phones and lack of social interaction or something. I wasn't really listening, I was too busy doom scrolling and trying to avoid eye contact. More people are sad because they're lonely. And because more people are lonely and sad, they're not meeting and fuck at Meet and Fuck Kingdom or anywhere really. Enter VTubers. Well, not yet, we're almost there. VTubers provide a sense of companionship, like a very cute dog-girl hybrid. However, they can provide a sense of companionship, parentheses sexual. And, okay, I mean for people who love anime women, like me, as an example, you can get attachment to them in that way. I mean, it's like if you were dying of thirst for a day and you saw a mirage. If you think about it, realistically, you know the water probably isn't real. But at some point, you stop caring because it's either chasing after the water that you know isn't real or that won't hydrate you or give up and dry up. Your body will inherently go towards what gives your brain a semblance of hope. Yeah, I like Amelia Watson. She's cool. Anyway, this brings me to my last question before I quit typing this piece of shit script. Why do VTuber fans react strongly to the phrase ara ara? Well, there's an aspect of it of being cute, and cuteness being a biological quality to make people want to protect or take care of something or someone. It's also the funny aspect of it being sort of an ironic gag, making fun of the idea of the ara ara and how cliche it is as an anime trope. But there's also the aspect we were discussing before. Sex. It sounds like fucking moaning. Sexual gratification. Because you find the model attractive, you want to have sex with it. You spilled your fucking water because you're too busy licking the goddamn screen. Get a hold of yourself. Jesus fucking Christ, put down that goddamn McChicken! And that's why Pulp Fiction is a subversive, cinematic, underrated masterpiece. Thank you.